So this is my final version of the introducing the character. I know it's a little late, but I had shoulder surgery on Friday, so that kind of incapacitated me for a few days. But the character that I introduced this before was this kid that I met in the Marine Corps when I was stationed in Camp Lejeune, North Carolina. This kid named Jared Driscoll. Like I said, he was half white, half Asian. He was just a really, really strange bird. Like the same time, I can't even like finish a sentence without laughing because he was odd. Like he was 23 when I met him. He had never had any physical contact with a woman. He enjoyed wrestling, Star Wars, Batman. Like he would walk around with a T-shirt with the Joker on it. That was his normal attire when he wasn't in his military uniform. And he would still have like a CD player that this was like 2008, 2009. And he'd be listening to like Billy Joel, with his headphones in. So I would walk in his room, and then he's like nodding his head, like he's just dancing with his head. He's going like shirtless, just doing that. And I mean, as I got older. I mean, I joined late. I was about 21. I'm about 28 now. Well, I am 28 now, but and I realized that some of the things that I might have did or said to him were kind of mean. I mean, did I kind of pick on him sometimes? Yeah, a little bit. But I mean, at the same time, being a kid from Boston, growing up in the city, I mean, you think kids in the area are weird, oh hey, look at that kid, he's a weirdo, and then you come down to the when you're active duty in the military, and there's kids from Alabama, Kentucky, kids from all different kinds of life, that have had different experiences and different, like kids who think I was weird because I talk with a Boston accent, or because I didn't do things that they did, and because I was from the city. So just when I met this kid, just I couldn't describe it. He talked like this. He's like, like somebody was pinching his nose or something. I was like, like kind of made noises like that, and it was really weird because I mean, not only was he in the Marine Corps, but he was also in the infantry. And and I used to say to the kid, I'm like, you're in the the number one military occupation where people could potentially get killed. I'm like, don't you wanna, I don't know, maybe kiss a girl? I'm sorry. I mean, I really shouldn't be laughing telling the story. I mean, it's really, really awful. I mean, but he was something else. I grew up in San Francisco, and I guess for some reason he said he moved to Ithaca, New York. I don't even know what that is. He wanted to join the military because of his father. He had absolutely no idea on how to use a weapon. When we were doing our last training in California before he went to Afghanistan, we had whenever you were shooting live rounds, you'd be on a range or something, then then the safety officer would be, ceasefire, so you fucking pull the bolt back, to make sure you didn't have anything in the chamber, and so on and so forth. So they called the ceasefire when we were doing this overnight range, and then all of a sudden you hear, and I'm like, that was Driscoll. And so he got a negligent discharge in California. Then alright, so for some reason, you could clearly see that this kid couldn't operate an M16, so what do? They give him a SAW 240, which is it's a light machine gun that they carry in squad in infantry squads. So it's an open bolt weapon, So they decided it's a good idea to give him that. So what happens? We're in a tent in Afghanistan. He's cleaning it. So, you know, I don't know the whole story, but he noticed that there was a round inside of it. So he freaked out and like fucking let the bolt go, and it went through the tent and almost hit a kid. So, which that's not funny at all, but it just adds to the story about probably the most socially awkward special person that I think I've ever met.